Ah, good. You've returned. How did it go?
I saved as many as I could.
Excellent. That should send a strong enough message. Anyway, if you feel like trying it again, there are multiple forts around Skyrim, still under the control of Skyrim. It is reasonable to suspect that they also have prisoners held within. So, if you'd be so kind as to release them, if you come across one. That is all for now. As ever, I will write you if and when you are needed.
Skyrim forts in control of Skyrim. Controlled by Skyrim. With prisoners from Skyrim. Wait, not from Skyrim. Thalmor prisoners from Skyrim. Alright, so next up we probably have the Siege of Whiterun. So let's see, and we'll wait for a courier to show up. So it's been a couple days. And, oh, there's the courier. Okay. Okay, he just wasn't coming up to me.
Hey, got a letter for you.
Okay, who was
Good
running
luck.
out there? Did you see someone just running all the way out there? Because I did. Yeah, I waited a day and the courier wasn't here. I waited a second day and I was confused. And then I turned around and he's just over here. So all my letters are red. So I think it's the glitch where sometimes you get sort of like duplicate letters. Or letters that are marked as duplicates. Just by SkyUI. Here we go. Our forces are planning an offensive against Whiterun. Rendezvous with them outside the city limits as soon as possible. And now once I exit the inventory, then it should start. Okay. Ooh, there we go. There we go. To me, one of the most exciting parts of the Second Great War isn't even the sieges, it's the side quests and everything. Like the forts, the captures and everything, or the forts, the prisoner rescues, the contracts, it's all fun, but to me the best part really are the side quests that you get and the different missions you get as the war progresses. So that's what I'm really looking forward to personally. What if I just stood here and I just did this for the entire siege? Do you think we're even hitting anyone? Probably not. You know, the first casualty of war? It's the vegetables. It's because they never see it coming. And then the war's over. And then you go, hey, who took all my vegetables? Who took my cabbages? So this is one of the sieges that you can lose. Oh. We already broke through the enemy barricades. Well, that was fast. That was very fast. Okay, so now defenders are at 100% and attackers are at 98%. So now that we're in a siege that we can actually lose, you can see that it's not as easy necessarily. If I just stand by and do nothing, we might actually lose this one. So I'm curious to see what happens. So let's just wait a few seconds and see what it goes down to. Oh yeah, attackers down to 93%? Alright. We gotta do our part. We have to actually try this time. Oh, did you guys raise it? There you go. Yeah, and you see, if I had turned on, if I had turned on objective-based sieges, then this would already be over. Because that's the last thing that we need to do in conquering a city. We don't even need to finish them off. But since we're on the attacking side, I figured, let's make it a little bit more difficult for us. We actually have to thin the numbers a little bit more. Oh, whoa, alright, they all just popped out of the city. One thing I would love to see, and I understand why they didn't do it, just because of the difficulty it would cause in regards to scripting and issues with the rest of the vanilla game is actually taking the city itself, not just the outer walls and everything, because that's one of the fun things about the Civil War questline. You know, if you're on the Stormcloak side, fighting through all of Whiterun and fighting up to Dragon's Reach and everything. That was something that I always really enjoyed. But it absolutely makes sense why it's not in Second Great War, just because of the conflicts and everything it would cause. There's a reason why the Civil War wasn't as fleshed out as people wanted it to be. It just had so many different scripting issues, which is why we needed mods like Civil War Overhaul to change it at all. It's the thing of, with the Second Great War, they did as much as they could without really breaking the game.
Staying out of this.
And for that reason, I really like it. They did a very good job at not breaking the game. What effect do I have on? What is that sound? What active effects do I have? Shock Cloak. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what it is. Is that sound from my Shock Cloak or what? Let's see what happens when it wears off. Yep, okay. The sound was coming from my Shock Cloak. Hello. How are you? Death to the Empire, right? Yeah, that's right. Well, now that Whiterun is ours, I might as well just wait in Whiterun until the next courier shows up. Oh, everyone's on the run. Everyone's on the run. The battle's over. You can stay in your homes. Go back home. You're fine. You don't need to go running around. And don't run that way. There's still forces outside. Oh, hey. There he goes, Sam.
Come to chat with
Whiterun?
a woman, hmm?
Whiterun?
Do your good deed.
I always forget what his, you know, quote-unquote fake name is. His super not obvious name at all. It's like, nope, ma'am, just go home. Please go home.
I don't get much time off from the tavern, but I enjoy it when I do.
I don't get much time off, except for when there's giant battles going on outside, and I decide to run face first towards danger.
Until next time.
So one thing that people had mentioned in some of the comments was the spells that I'm using. So some of these spells, the ones that you don't recognize, and ones that honestly I didn't even recognize and I was confused by when I first saw them, are ones added by, and I'm going to forget the name of it, but it's the spell pack through Creation Club. I own the spell pack through Creation Club because of the fact that at one point it went completely free, so if you downloaded it during that time, it was free for you forever, and when it's not for free, it's just 100 credits, or whatever the hell they call it on Creation Club. And when I downloaded this save file, I didn't learn those spells or anything. Those were already there, and they were already in the favorites. They were already here, so I guess the person who made this save game was using it and just didn't turn it off when they made this character or anything, because they were already set and already favorited and already equipped and everything like that. So when I first saw the spells, I went, oh, I don't recognize these, but since I don't focus on magic in the game, maybe there's some hidden spells that I just never really found on my own. But no, it makes more sense that, you know, all these new spells are just through the Creation Club thing and not just vanilla that I haven't found for 8 years. It makes a little bit more sense. That being said, when you look at some of these spells, it's like, wow, they are very overpowered compared to Skyrim's vanilla spells. Because you have the Elemental Blast, which is expert level, only costs 17 magicka. That seems ridiculous. It should cost way more than that. Like, yeah, all of these just seem like they cost way too little for the amount of damage that it does. An Elemental Explosion for 157 points of damage costs 17 magicka? No. It should be more than that. And I'm sure it's the thing of I also have enchantments that reduce the amount of magicka needed, but still, that just seems way overpowered. I feel like if I just use regular spells, though, it's just going to really not do nearly as much damage. I mean, here we go. This does 100 points of damage for 36. Is Incinerate vanilla? See, this is what I was talking about. I didn't focus on Magicka enough to remember what's vanilla and what's not at this point, because now I'm just wondering, wow, what's what? And I'm pretty sure none of them are going to have new conversations, but let's just see.
What do you want?
You do not?
Glory to the Altmer Dominion.
Yep, glory indeed. We're great.
I do hope you have a reason for bothering me.
And nothing. Oh!
You're finally finished?
Someone pointed out. Varanir's voice actress is the same voice actress as the vampire dark elf from Valley of Outcasts. And I went, oh! That's why she sounds familiar. Or I guess why the dark elf in Valley of Outcasts sounded familiar. I was like, wow, look at that. Small world, huh? Yeah. Let's just wait around and see what the courier has to say.
There you are. I've got a letter for you. Good day.
Good day. Let's see what it is. Letter from Aldarilar. We believe the Skyrim forces are preparing to launch an assault on Whiterun. Report to the city as soon as possible. Here we go. At long last, we get a retaliation siege. Because one of the features in the mod is that enemies can try to take back cities that you've taken from them. And my first time playing through, when I was playing through the Imperial side, we never had a retaliation siege happen. And I left that feature on just in case it did happen, because it's only a chance to happen if you have it enabled. I think you can change the percentage of, like, the chance of it happening too.
Citizen?
And it's the same thing of, I'm the commander of the guard, essentially just the same quest. It's just, oh, now you're just fighting for Whiterun, but now you're on the defending side as opposed to on the attacking side. So after this, I will probably turn off the retaliation sieges, just because otherwise it's just going to kind of draw this out, and it doesn't really add all that much more. It's realistic, but it doesn't really serve us any purpose right now. Oh, Tariel. You're the name of that female elf from that, well, from those less than stellar Hobbit movies. Report. Do you know something about love?
Skyrim forces are marching on the city. Get down to the front line. This is it. We must hold the city.
We must hold the city with our overpowered spells that you can buy for the low, low price of 100 creation points, or whatever the hell they're called. Creation credits? Todd bucks? I don't know. Either way, that's what it costs to be overpowered. It's a good thing that I have the ability to end sieges through objectives off, because it's so easy for enemies to accomplish the objectives. All I have to do is get through the wooden barricades that take all of 2 seconds to break down. Like, we really don't defend the city well at all, to be completely honest. Oh god, what was that? Did you see there was a little, like, artifact in the air after he hit me with that bolt? And my friend just kind of jumped off the wall to attack the enemies? I feel like I'm doing nothing with this spell. There we go. I just need to be closer range, I think. Yeah, see, we're already down to the drawbridge. And it's not necessarily a limitation of the mod. I think it's more so the thing of Skyrim just doesn't have great, not siege technology, but it just doesn't really set up defenses well or anything. Like, oh, our whole idea of defending this major city is let's put this wooden barricade that if you sneeze at it, it'll break. And that's our big way of defending. Not that there's a gate or something. It's like we have a couple of these things, and then there might be a drawbridge later on that they have to lower, and that's it. So this is one of the siege commanders, which I had enabled. So I just wanted to see what he has. He has the Imperial Mage armor, which I like, so I'm going to take that. Ooh, Sithis' Razor. Yeah. So they're a good, like, source of enchanted gear and everything, so that's kind of nice. Yep, see, we would have already lost if I had turned on objective-based victories and defeats. It's because the enemies are just scripted to ignore the defenders, and they'll just run straight to the objectives. Which, once again, I think that's just more of a limitation in regards to the game scripting more so than the mod. It's like, that's the thing with mods, it's like they have to work with what is available, and sometimes there's limitations, and the best mods are ones that kind of take advantage of those limitations or know how to kind of work around it. We're actually losing right now. It's defenders 55%, and I think the attackers are at like 60-something, so I just need to maybe try a little bit harder right now. But yeah, I did set it to hard. I did want a little bit more of a challenge. The challenge isn't that I'm running out of magicka or that I'm dying quickly, it's that I really need to carry my team a little bit more. Oh, did we win? Completed. Attackers 0%. It was close. I think we got down to 4% in terms of defenders. And so I think we'll keep the siege difficulty on hard, but I might turn down my difficulty from expert to adept just because with vanilla spells, you have to just spam enemies with vanilla spells over and over and over. So I'm still figuring out just like my personal balancing as to what works best, but that's kind of the nice thing about having a mod that has all these different customization features of like, oh, you can really tailor make it to make the battles as hard as you want or as easy as you want, depending on what you're most interested in. So very quickly, let's go to settings. Retaliation chance is 35. We're just going to turn that down. I guess you can't turn it down to 0, so... actually, wait, no. Because you can just turn it off right there. So let's do that. And yeah, we'll keep it on hard. We'll keep both extra forces at 0. And if anything, we might just turn it up so that they're even. So like there's an extra 50 Dominion and an extra 50 Skyrim or something like that. All right. Looks good to me. Uh-oh.
For the glory of the old Mary Dominion.
What just happened? Or do we have... Wait. Sam. What is Sam doing here? Is Sam following me? He was in Whiterun before. Is he just running around and moving to different cities? Yeah. Are we under attack? Is it those damn Nord rebels? Yeah, it is. Oh, they killed one of our guards! How dare you? This guard had a family. He had a name. It was Thalmor of House Guard. How dare you? You dirty, dirty rebels. I can't pick him up and drop him over the side, damn it. I was gonna throw him in the water, but I guess that's our water supply, so that would be just not the healthiest or most sanitary option. Oh well. Here I am, just trying to wait for my courier, and everyone's just dying. Can we drop this one in? Yeah, I think we can. I just said this is going to be bad for the water supply, but... Oh well, did I... Okay, I thought I missed the water. Nope, I got him. Let's not pick up our guard. Let's try and get the warrior. No? Man. I am just a weak elf. Can't even pick up dead bodies and throw them into the river. I would not be a very good murderer. Oh, but elves I can do. Alright. I just went on a whole rant about how that guard had a family, and I just... Oh, I'll just throw them into the river, and then miss, and they just slap their face into the walkway.
Oh, no.
It's like, ah.
What happened here?
What happened here? There's a war. Stop acting so surprised that people are dying in a war.
Gotta keep my eyes open.
They're really just staring at these bodies.
Everyone back away.
Yeah, everyone just back away, alright? Just get going.
But
if anyone saw anything, step forward. Otherwise, step away from the body.
I love that they recorded
You
the
there.
ambient
Wait a
lines.
I'm going to find whoever did this.
Okay.
is
You
that the
there.
murderer?
What do you know about this?
Wait, what is this? I'm not sure what happened, or I'm not answering any questions. This is... Yeah, because they essentially just redid the whole guard system, but with the Aldmeri side, so that it still felt like a proper city, even if you're on the Aldmeri side or you're in an Aldmeri-controlled city.
If you happen to recollect anything about the incident, you be sure to report to the captain of the guard.
Can I?
I've got my eye on you.
I had nothing to do with this. I'm on your side. Yeah, I think they just, It has nothing to do with me being on the Aldmeri side or not. That's just like, oh, the guards see, you know, dead bodies. They see an onlooker. And I did kill one of the Nord warriors, but... Okay. Yeah, what do you want me to say? You want me to go to the, guard captain and say, hey, by the way, I helped defend our city. You're welcome. You know what, let me very quickly check in with the, Thalmor spy master in here to see if maybe he has another contract for me. Okay, I'm guessing he doesn't have another contract.
Sorry, but I'm all out of contracts right now.
Damn it. Are you gonna have more contracts later or no? Because I liked the stories associated with the contracts. It's like, oh, here's a member of the Elder Council. Oh, here's a warrior who's been causing us a lot of trouble. I miss that. It's been like 5 minutes, but I miss that.
Hey, got a letter for you. Good luck.
Thank you. He's so friendly. He's so very friendly, and I appreciate that. Started, Commander Culling. I have another task for you. Return to me immediately. I've mentioned it before, but my favorite part of this mod is just not the sieges, but the other quests. I think that's where the mod really shines. And I felt the same way about the Civil War as well. It wasn't the battles that really kept me engaged, it was the other quests. It was the stories and things that happened, like, alongside the sieges. But I guess that's just always been me in general. Fighting in games is fun, it's enjoyable, but to me, it's like story has always been, like, the most important thing to me. Which is probably why I enjoy quest mods so much, and why I focus so much on covering those versus other types of mods.
Make it quick.
Excellent. You are here. Varanya has a task for you.
Oh no.
Indeed. Our progress in this war has been excellent so far, but anything we can do to speed it up is always welcome. I have had Aldaralar research and pick out 3 commanders that I want you to take out.
To dinner.
These are no ordinary commanders. They were picked very specifically. As such, there are certain requirements for killing each.
Ooh, okay.
The first one is Arinar Crito. The second is a Nord by the name of Gudlin. And finally, a Breton called Dandre. They are all commanders within the Imperial Army, as I said, so their deaths will have a large impact. Aldaralar will fill you in with more specific details.
Yes, as Varanya says, these commanders were picked for a very specific reason. Based on their personalities and histories, I have figured out execution methods that will have maximum effect. Firstly, we have Commander Arinar Crito, a very cocky man. He has survived multiple attempts on his life by various factions to date. He claims he is invincible, a jest, to be sure, but it would appear some of his men believe it. If at all possible, try killing him in front of his men. Them seeing him die should help shatter the illusion. Secondly, we have Commander Gudlin. This one is well known for struggling to maintain the respect of his men. His men are always getting themselves into trouble. The ultimate show of disrespect, however, would be to actually kill the man. That is where you come in. If you would be so good as to wear a set of Imperial armor whilst killing him, and try to be seen doing it. If it spreads that men within their own ranks have started killing each other, it should shake the very foundations of their army. Finally, we have Commander Dandre. He is known for being extremely strict when it comes to security. If he were to be killed within one of their forts, well, that would not only make him look a fool, but also spread the notion that the men are not even safe within their own forts and castles. I can provide you some extra information about each one if you need.
Alright.
It is not necessary you kill them in these specific ways, but it is preferable.
Well, we'll do these specific
it
ways.
Be too much harder anyway, especially for someone of your skill.
Yes, yes, you have your orders. I expect them to be carried out efficiently and in good time. Feel free to carry them all out at once and report back. Or report back with them one at a time. Off you go then.
What do you want?
Yeah, let's get the information about all three. So it seems like it's optional. You just kill them in whatever way you want, but he didn't ask for anything ridiculous. It's like, oh, kill the first two in front of their men, kill one of them while wearing Imperial armor, and the third one, as long as he's in his fort, it's fine. So that's not really anything too ridiculous, like, you're not asking for too much there. Tell me more about Aranar.
You'll find him in solitude. He inspects his men in formation every day in the Castle Dower courtyard. Once in the morning and once in the evening. This will be the best time to get him.
The only problem is that doing something like that, I have to then fight off everyone else. Because once I attack him, everyone else is going to go, oh, that's an assassin, let's kill him. So they just want me to fight my way out of the entire city, I guess? I need more information about Gudlin.
You'll find him in Fort Snowhawk, just west of Morfall. Once you are inside the walls, it should be easy enough to acquire Imperial armor. But it is probably best that you acquire some beforehand.
I think there's some Imperial armor in our torture room here. And tell me about Dandre.
Ah yes, Dandre. He may be the most challenging, depending on how patient you are and how good your timing is. He spends his time traveling from fort to fort, inspecting them. As I said, it is preferable that you get him whilst inside one of the forts. I have managed to get a hold of his schedule. Here, it lists which forts he is in on each day. Just a side note, he tends to travel in the mornings, so for the best bet of catching him, go there in the afternoon or evening. If you see him on the road, you can just follow him to his next location.
Because that's not suspicious at all. Alright.
Try not to get yourself killed. That would be a shame.
It would be a shame, I agree.